That's true. I have tomatoes roasting in the oven straight from Yoder's Produce Market. Some yellow and red. The yellow is going to cut down in the acid, but we're going to make a roasted tomato vinaigrette. I have a beautiful piece of tenderloin. Now I want to encourage people, this is a great recipe. If you have leftover steak, you've gone out to a restaurant, or leftover roast, you can use that cold. But I bought the whole tenderloin at Fresh Market last week. The whole tenderloin for about 10 pounds worth only cost me $71. So what I did was I cut this tail end off. Now this is about a good 4 pounds. I've already seasoned it with salt and pepper and fresh thyme, and I'm going to put it in the pan and get started right away. So by the end of the show, we will be on real time. We're going to brown it on all sides. Great if you have an outdoor grill, if you can do this on the grill. But stay with me throughout the hour. We're coming back with a beautiful spinach and roasted tomato salad with beef tenderloin. So the tenderloin, we seared it off. We had that thyme, a little oil, heavy in the salt and pepper. It's in the oven at 450 degrees roasting. We'll pull it out soon, and we're going to cover it with aluminum foil for 20 minutes to rest. So let's get to the vinaigrette, shall we? Let me grab my tongs. I've roasted off those tomatoes I talked about. I just cut them in half and put some olive oil, salt and pepper, and thyme. So that's going to go in here, and I'm going to get back to how we're going to make the dressing in just a little while. But now we want to blister tomatoes. The greatest thing about heating up tomatoes is that it brings out more health benefits. So we want to have that, don't we? Plus it brings out great flavor. So here are the grape tomatoes, some more of that big sea salt, get those big pieces in there. And then we're going to take, like we did before, some thyme. Now also in my refrigerator, I had a few mushrooms left over from the other half of tenderloin that I worked on. So let's go ahead and put them right on the pan, okay, and give them a little salt and pepper love. So get that all mixed in. And just that little bit of thyme is going to be a really nice flavor for it. So what we're going to do is, since we're adding artichoke hearts, marinated artichoke hearts to the dressing, we're going to take some of the oil that we would normally pull off and drizzle on. This is going in the oven. When I come back, we're going to finish up the roasted tomato dressing and really enjoy this salad. So I've taken the tenderloin out of the oven, and it's resting with aluminum foil on it. Remember, I put it in the recipe, you want to take this out when you're first cooking it in its raw state. Let it sit in the counter for an hour to get up to room temperature if it's about 4 to 5 pounds. Now back to the roasted tomatoes. I've taken the juice on the pan from the roasted tomatoes. Remember, we took the marinated artichoke heart, we took that dressing to put into our vinaigrette. I'm going to do a shot of sherry vinegar only because I like that bite of sherry vinegar, and then I'm going to add, whoops, looks like we had a camera fall down there. We're going to add a little red wine vinegar, again, salt and pepper, and we're going to blend this. And so we're making this beautiful roasted tomato dressing, okay? Now we're going to just blend that up, and avoiding any more big bumps, I'll just put this on when we're on commercial break, okay? But we'll blend that. If we need a little more oil, we can add a little more oil, and then 1 shot of Worcestershire sauce just to really pop it. Let's talk about the Point Reeves blue cheese. You want to use a really good blue cheese. I mean, here we are, we're using tenderloin. We've really taken some time to use some good tenderloin, which is more expensive. So we want to use a quality blue cheese that's going to work as well. The tenderloin, again, is resting. It's looking really good. So now what we're going to do to wilt the spinach, we're simply going to add the burst of the tomatoes and the roasted mushrooms that I have, and we'll sprinkle that around, and that's, like I said, going to begin to wilt the lettuce. Now, one thing I wanted to show you over at Yoder's Produce Market, which I go to a lot, they now have for the first time an organic section. So if you prefer, if you want to mix the baby arugula or baby kale in with the spinach, but they're going to continue to expand it. So each week look for some more, and it's inside in that refrigerator section. whereas the outside they have the beautiful tomatoes that we use. And these are the tomatoes that come from Michigan this time of year, but they're big, they're beefy, and they're very flavorful. So the spinach is going to start to wilt. We have the gorgeous blue cheese ready to go. And of course, we have to have some Bavarian bread that I picked up at Yoder's as well that's going to go along for this great salad. This size salad is going to feed 2 people. So we're going to blend up our vinaigrette, slice the tenderloin, and somehow I think that John and Scott are going to really love this meal. Come back, it's tenderloin spinach salad in just a few minutes. There you go, John.
I don't know what you can say. You did it up right today, Judy.
Well, it's
wow.
my happy Father's Day
Man.
to you and Scott. I thought a nice roasted tomato vinaigrette, right? Have that delicious, easy roast tenderloin, and I got it on sale. Blistered tomatoes, threw in some mushrooms and roasted them. Then you have that Point Reeves blue cheese, which is really tangy, so I think it goes well with the tomato vinaigrette.
Yeah, and the artichoke hearts is fantastic.
Yeah, exactly. So you get all those different textures and pops of a bite of flavor. So I thought.
And that beef is about the most tender thing I've ever put in my mouth.
Oh yeah, and seriously, John, I bought a 10-pound tenderloin at Fresh Market for $71. But I have to show, Scott doesn't like vegetables too much, so this is what we call the Scott Dennis
Dinner. That's right. It's fun. The recipe on our website, mysuncoast.com. You'll want to get. It's awfully tasty.